So here they come, the Raiders, led out by Jared Croker. Their 2 wins have been here. Corey Harawira-Naida looks pretty pumped up. And big moment for this man. Stem cell surgery on his knee, and he is finally back on the arena.
Yeah, it's great to see him back too. I saw him playing reserve grade a couple of weeks ago, and he looked a fair way off. So he's obviously proven to Ricky Stewart that he's back in that first grade mode. That's a great inclusion too, especially on the night of champions here for the Canberra Raiders, 40 years of them, and the return of this man. If you don't get motivated tonight, you'll never get motivated.
It's an old boys' day, and we've seen so often that has an impact. Chance Nicole Klukstad back in the #1 jersey. Plenty of legends of the club like Brett Mullins and Jason Croker. They're here. Gary Belcher. You saw Paul Osborne, Brett Hetherington, Kenny Nagus. What a great winger he was. And Laurie and Mal are coming tomorrow for the big function down here. But right now it's Canberra versus Canterbury. And 2 points on the line, and we're on our way. Round 9 of the NRL as Friday night footy commences. And it's the former Raider, Paul Vaughan, first to hit it up. Spent many years here in the capital. A lot of players from each side playing against a former club tonight. 5 Raiders used to play for the Bulldogs. There's Brent Naden now back in the team, and he's lost the ball. Well, this is a disastrous start for the Bulldogs and a tremendous chance for Canberra inside the first minute.
So you've got to concentrate when you come out to start a game of footy. The third tackle, Naden got gang tackled there by the Canberra Raiders, who are pumped up. They forced the first error there. Was there a hand on the ball? No, it's come out clean. And that's a bad mistake from the Dogs to start the game.
Geez, Adam Elliott, he's pumped it seems, and why not? 101 games for the Dogs. He was man of the match last week, coming off the dummy half roll for the first 20 minutes, and then Tom Starling came in and went back to his normal role, but it worked once, going to work again. It's a good start. Matt Frawley inside the 20. So the Raiders with the first chance of this game. So it comes out to Hudson Young, just happy to punch it forward and almost get to the 10. Canterbury, despite only having 2 wins, have made a lot of good starts this season. They'll do well here to start on top as Nicole Klukstad easily contained. But they've opened up the left with still plenty of tackles to work with. And finally 6 again, calls Ben Cummins. Schneider just settles things down. It's Harawira-Naida. Centre field on tackle #1. There's Elliott, the dummy half. Now Papali'i to Tarpany. Nice and composed so far, the Raiders, as Elliott, an extravagant dummy, and almost grinds his way to the... Oh, he does get there! He got over Elliott, but he didn't get it down. Well, they're going to have a look at this.
Take it back 10 there, Adam.
No, he's decided, Ben Cummins. He was prepared to go upstairs for a moment, and then he's satisfied that Elliott didn't get it down and there's no need to bring in the bunker.
Well, I'll tell you what, he keeps you on notice too, doesn't he, Elliott? Out of dummy half, as you said, made a couple of breaks last week. Clean breaks too. They've got to get around him when he's running the footy.
Papali'i. So Canterbury had it for the first 2 tackles. It's been all Canberra since. Vaughan just gets off in time. Here's Frawley. Oh, going through Harawira-Naida. Just held on to. Marshall King and Flanagan make the tackle. Now, Adokar. An all-or-nothing play as he hauls it in and he's still going. And now finally the referee puts him out of his misery as we get just a wonderful exhibition of his pace. Well, if he caught it, he would have been doing this for 6 points.
Well, I didn't hear the whistle there. He's got to scoot the ball up and sprint back, hasn't he? Adokar.
Now,
they're going to challenge it by the look of it.
They can challenge it, but the play would end at the point of the alleged knock on.
Well, he's saying he's lost the ball forward and it's come off his knee.
Challenge is over, mate. Challenge is over.
Which may it well have done. So has Ben Cummins saying the 10 seconds you wasted running upfield was the 10 seconds of challenge time?
Let's have a look at it. He goes for it too. The ball's knocked down off his boot.
Well, he's not attempting to kick it, is he block?
Look at him, he's saying, oh, let's go to the video here, but...
Oh, how bizarre.
But it is technically it's a knock on because he's lost control on the ball on the way down, hasn't he? He's not attempting to kick the ball.
But you understand when you see that why he ran 90 metres. But still more pressure for the Dogs to endure.
How good does it seem? Him in full stride once he got going.
Took a few weeks. Took a few weeks, but on his way now. Here's Elliott. Snyder, it opens up. Oh, that's a floater, and Cummins says it did go forward. And the Dogs managed to, oh no, hang on, more pressure. Penalty, late call.
Geez, he dodged a bullet there. That was a shocking pass. The idea was right, but it went a mile forward.
So choosing to go backwards here. Now this is no longer Matt Tomoko, it's Matt Timoku. We've been advised that's how he wants his name pronounced, so Matt Timoku it is. It's Harawira Naida on tackle 1. Now Snyder for free. Here's Nicole Klitschda. This is where Jack White is often so dangerous. Without suspended, of course. Young back in field as Papali'i gets the offload. Tarpany. Waddell just holds on, but he needs some help. Elliott to Harawira Naida. Back to another former Dog as Elliott. Just a couple of metres away. Waddell again with the tackle. Frawley. Dogs falling it through Flanagan. And they've done wonderfully well, Canterbury, to keep their line intact.
Yeah, they certainly have, but I don't think that the Raiders threw that much at them. We're talking about Jack Whiten, who takes the line on close to the line when he's playing for the Canberra Raiders, but he's out. Takes away the potency a little bit for their attack.
So as the Dogs now just try and march it upfield, let's send it down and say hello to Jake Duke on the sideline.
Good evening, gentlemen. I hope you're enjoying it up there in the nice warm box, because winter has come early down here on the sideline, about 7 degrees, but with the wind chill factor, it feels about 2 degrees. The Dogs, they are looking for back-to-back wins for the first time since 2019 as Matt Duffy goes up the middle. They have lost 5 straight games against the Raiders down here in the nation's capital. It is a tough place to win, especially on nights like this, but it is a good opportunity to try and turn that around tonight.
They should be full of confidence, Jake. Here's a kick which is perfectly weighted. Nicole Klitschda can only bring it back to his 10, even with the little bump on Flanagan. So there he is, Jack Whiten. After that tackle last week, saw him rubbed out. Timoku. With Rapana back on the wing after a couple of weeks at fullback. He does that so well. So those runs out of dummy half. Chotrich, another one of these players that used to wear blue and white. 100 games now for Canberra. Papali'i, oh, they sit back and wait. Geez, the metres are flowing here for the Raiders. But this is now the 5th. So Frawley tries to create a contest here. Croker coming through, and it comes out the back. It's play on for now. Chotrich put down. And
play the ball there. Right there.
It's going to be Dogs' ball.
I'll tell you what, Trent Barrett spoke before the game about the back 5 of the Canberra Raiders, and they've got to nullify their yardage. And what they've practiced for all week is to stop that yardage. That was a terrible set defensively there by the Doggies. If that's what they've worked on all week, they've got to be a lot better in that area.
So the referee obviously ruling that was all Croker in that aerial contest. But Canterbury here got their work cut out for them. Pangai. So that was the end there with Chotrich called held. Oh, penalty Canberra. A penalty to Canberra here with Pangai Jr. involved.
Can you check if there's anything before that, mate, please? I've got Tavita with a 4-1.
Well, this is going to be some replay. Tavita Pangai Jr. and his forearm.
I think Josh Jackson's in there, the captain of the Bulldogs, saying, look, he's just trying to get up to play the ball. A little bit of manhandling there, a bit of a facial. Yeah, he'll get done for that there. The way the game is today, so he'll be in a little bit of trouble about that one. He'll be put on report, if not sent to the sin bin.
That might be 10 in the bin for Tavita.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, Josh. Okay. I've spoken to you on a number of occasions, and this one you've gone to forearm the head. Clean it up, or you know there'll be stronger action. Okay, Josh?
Okay, well, he stays on. There might be just a touch relief there, Trent Barrett, that it wasn't worse, although not happy with the call.
Yes, Matt.
Well, that's going to create some debate that doesn't get any time, but it's the Raiders with more of a chance here as Young almost barges his way to the line. And they claim he lost the ball, and he did. And there's Flanagan all pumped up. And Hudson Young on tackle one puts it on the ground.
I tell you, with the amount of ball that the Raiders have had early in this game after the Dogs from the kickoff on the third tackle made a mistake. They've had a lot of ball. That's a good gang tackle there over the top, trying to rush his way to get to his feet. Young loses possession. And the Dogs, a good start from them to hang on. They've had to make a lot of tackles. I don't think the Raiders have thrown that much at them yet.
So Nick Trotridge exiting the game for the time being, HIA. So that's going to cause a reshuffle.
Yep.
And, oh no, given all clear. Well, for a moment it looked like he was gone, but he survived, so no need to change there. Well, it's not the greatest football we've seen, Block, but it is fascinating because anything could happen at the moment.
Well, the great thing about the Dogs last week against the Roosters, they defended for 80 minutes now, and some of the best on-goal defence from them all season. So they've done it again here tonight to start this game.
They've absorbed 13 tackles in the opposition 20. There is 13-0. Canterbury have had one solitary tackle beyond halfway. And you said it, they kept the Roosters to 12 points last week. Marshall King brings in former St Helens Super League champion in Luke Thompson. Now Pengai fired up. Really put the offloads away in the second half last week. There's now Vaughan. And good meters for Canterbury this time.
I'll tell you what, that's smart play there from Vaughan too, on the back of Pengai Jr. Quick play the ball, straight away another 15 metres.
And plenty of metres for them this time. Burton puts it up here, and oh, that's an awkward bounce. And oh, he just couldn't quite pick it up, Marshall King. So now Trotridge away. Referee happy no one was impeded there when Trotridge ran behind his own player. Now it's Rapana down the middle. Marshall King holding on. Well, there's something happening every set here. Tarpany. Four involved to bring the big unit down. Papali'i, Harawira-Naira. So already closing in on the 20 with tackles to play with. Snyder just happy to get it onto Tarpany, and Tarpany taking the safe option there. On the open side for Frawley. Now Snyder. Quick hands, Whitehead. Timaku. That's nice Canterbury defence there, sliding across, no way through. So on the last, it's Snyder. Plugging it in the middle, and Nico Klokster, he's going to get over, but nowhere near getting it to ground. Well, Canterbury, this is some sort of resilience they're showing.
Well, just have a look at how many people are around the ball now for the Bulldogs defensively. They take it, Klokster takes the footy. There's 6 players around him to stop the try. Good signs there for the Bulldogs, but they've got to play the ball a metre out from their own line.
And you can see already the Raiders loading up. And Addo-Carr stuck on the 10. That was Young trying to put a big shot on. Oh, that's handy. That's very handy. Hand on the ball in the ruck. Oh, they needed that, the Dogs.
Yeah, they did, and I wonder if they'll go for any sort of distance here with the kick. I haven't seen the Bulldogs up the other end yet. There's the hand on the ball there, Tarpany. Gee, I admire Addo-Carr. We know what a great finisher he is and a great run of the ball, but the back end of the field, gee, he takes some tough carries. Courageous player.
Because we're all getting ready. What a game after this. Penrith and Parramatta. Sold out days ago. As Burton almost through. All here on Fox League, of course. And now Marshall King gets it on to Thompson, who looked at his hands in disbelief. And yet again, Canterbury throw it away. 3 from 6 completions. Well, they just keep opening this door for the Raiders.
Yeah, gee, they look a lot better when Matt Burton gets a little bit of time with the ball. There's Marshall King out of dummy half. I mentioned it before the game. There's going to be plenty of times that he can run in that area. Shake of the head from Trent Barrett. And he might do that a little bit this season.
Well, he's on the sideline again, and well, it worked last week. Done it a few times. It was a game against Cronulla. He was on the sideline last year when they won their first game of the year.
Put it in. Hold, break.
Comes out now. Nicole Klukstad. Timoku now into Waddell. It's Marshall King. He's made plenty of tackles early. Babali'i approaching his 250th game. Still punching out well over 100 metres a game. With Elliott in that dummy half roll. Nicole Klukstad putting it on now to Whitehead, bursting onto it. Back after that facial operation. That's the 10-metre line as Elliott gallivanting. And now we get to the last tackle. Big last play. Frawley. The chip kick for Chotrich. And Naden got up there. That's a tremendous catch from the former Panther.
I know the pressure's on the kickers there. You've got to come away with something a little bit better when you've had all that ball. You've got to build pressure. The Doggies have defended well, but what a great take that was.
Ooh.
Not put on a dime there. You've got to make it more of a challenge.
The Dogs now just happy to go one out. Waddell following up from the Aaron Shop run. And now Burton from inside his 40, but that's all about trying to make it tricky, and does for Nicole Klukstad. That's a brilliant kick. Still Chotrich muscles his way out of the 20.
You'd like to see the Bulldogs get in a better position if they do with those sort of kicks. 60 metres out, put up like a bomb. More pressure there on the back five of the Canberra Raiders.
So Jared Croker getting his hands dirty here. Game 292. Babali'i. Already his 5th run. Now it comes out to Tarpany. That's a 1-2 punch, isn't it, as Joey Tarpany collected by 3 of them. So in the last, Frawley shaped the kick. Now Young almost opens up for him too. Flicks it out. Somehow finds Croker. Then to Chotrich. Chotrich goes for it. He's got there. Nick Chotrich has found the line. Cummins says no. And it's going upstairs.
Bucky, tackle 6. I have no try. Can you check for a double movement there by Nick Chotrich, please?
Chotrich, gee, strong, isn't he? Got the ability to break tackles. They're just having a look to see if it was a double movement here. Croker it was that just flicked the ball out the back. Here it is. Elbow on the ground, that's a double movement.
Carrying
no try.
Hits the ground and then he promotes the ball over the goal line with Bulldogs defenders still touching him. We have a decision.
Well, this Bulldogs side, this is 15 minutes, basically sustained pressure all at the northern end, and they've held on.
Just couldn't help himself there. And the ball in the carrying arm, just on the ground, and then he advanced it.
It's going to cost him a few metres, but it was the last tackle, so I suppose you can't blame him for having a crack. Pretty easy decision, though.
Great skill there by Croker. That's what he brings to this side, the little flick back inside. Wonderfully skilled player. Here's the kick for touch now.
Would have been some try because the plane looked dead, didn't it? A couple of times, but millimetres short. 27 tackles for no result. Which team's going to have the patience is now Pangai. There's a reception committee for him.
They'll be just dying to get up the other end, the Bulldogs.
Now Vaughan to Flanagan. Flanagan away to Burton, and he cuts them open this time. It's on now for the Dogs. Here's Addo-Carr. It's all over. Josh Addo-Carr scores first. Oh, the tries are flowing for Josh now. Oh, what a strike for the Dogs.
Well, there's the difference between the two sides. They've had all the ball, the Canberra Raiders. Frawley, Schneider, no running at the line. This time, it's the second time Matt Burton has done it. He breaks the line, powerful runner. And as you said, as soon as Addo-Carr got the ball, she's all over. That's his 6th try of the season.
But Matthew Burton, he almost broke them open not all that long ago. These are imposing signs. He's starting to find his groove in blue and white.
Yeah, the show and the go and a little bit of footwork. He's just big enough. Have a look at it.
Hang on. He might be taking this off the board.
Check for a possible obstruction in the back play there.
Well, maybe this might explain how Burton got through so easily.
Well, there's a second man play there.
Thompson, we don't have to
Corey
worry about.
Riddell runs at the outside shoulder of Adam Elliott. Matt Burton then takes that hole created by Corey Riddell.
No try.
No try.
We have a decision.
Well, that explains how Burton cut them open.
Do you know what? Addo-Carr would have run for 120 metres already. Been called back a couple of times. No try.
So, again, nice and quick the bunker. Yeah, that's not much debate about that one. So what an intriguing 16.5 minutes we've had.
It's been action-packed, isn't it? A couple of breaks from Burton already in this game, and they've in no field position, the Bulldogs, so far. Just goes to show how important Jack Whiten is to this side. They don't look like scoring, do they?
Canberra, no, it's been a problem. Canberra have had 94% of territory. This is like that Penrith game a couple of weeks ago in reverse. Obviously, that was for 80 minutes, and we're only dealing with the opening 16 minutes here.
You've just got to be so stoic in defence, haven't you? Just work for your mate. You've had so much ball, the opposition, and you've had to defend so long. You just got to do it one more time, one more set.
But good field position for the Raiders. Can they be the first to finally score? Elliott still in that dummy half role. He was there for the first 20 minutes last week in Redcliffe against the Warriors. As it comes for Frawley. Now Schneider. Nickel Klokstad. Whitehead rolling. Whitehead goes for it. Whitehead's over. And finally, the Raiders are on the board. It's a long time coming, but Elliott Whitehead gets the first try of the night.
Yeah, nice and flat and fast that time by the Canberra Raiders. Elliott Whitehead gets the ball, gets over the stripe. They're all in sync here. The second man play. And then he hits the ball at speed. Look at that. Show and go. Gets on the outside of Shop. Too strong there. They had to score just for a bit of confidence, haven't they? The Raiders, first team to score here. Whitehead, he knows exactly what to do. Got one-on-one there with Shop. Too strong. Burton a little bit too late to arrive. And the Raiders are in.
So, try confirmed. No doubt about that. Well inside the touch and goal line and slamming it down, Elliott Whitehead. First try of the year for him. As we touched on, back from that facial surgery.
Bit of friendly fire at training too, wasn't it? A couple of teeth bent, or?
Yeah, it was pretty horrific, actually. It's a good reason not to get Instagram blocked. It was quite graphic. So here we go, one of the greatest of all time. Back kicking goals.
Got to wear your gum shield at training too, you know. You know what a gum shield is?
Is that the mouth guard?
That's it. Your gum shield.
So there's Jared Croker's statistics, the 3rd greatest point scorer of all time. First might be out of reach now, but can still pile some on. And pulls that one away. Wasn't the easiest one. He's still only 31, you know, Jared Croker. If he can string some games together here, he can be around for a while. Jake Duke, sideline.
Yeah, Elliott Whitehead, he is Mr. Consistent for the Raiders. Since his debut back in 2016, he has never played less than 21 games in a season. He didn't even want to miss a game a couple of weeks ago when he had that nasty facial laceration. He's back tonight. He gets the first try for the Raiders, gives them a big boost of confidence when they couldn't get over the line to start this game, and a big boost of confidence as well for the young halves in Snyder and Frawley, who are playing together for one of the first times. They played less than 50 games of first grade between them. Good for them to get going tonight without Jack Whiten.
Thank you, Jake. I believe he first to hit it up. For all his best years actually were at Canterbury. Played 31 games for the Dogs in 2017, 2018. He's played a few roles here at the Raiders, off the bench and dummy half role. And Elliott's still in that dummy half role for now. So they try to score over the 20. Tarpany again. Plenty of metres to be had. Need to see any changes for either side. That'll change soon, you would imagine, as Papali'i almost to halfway. This is a strong first in from him as usual. So Frawley with the elegant looking kick. Nice catch from Nathan. Powering back into the defence. So he on the sidelines for a couple of weeks, returning tonight.
And just having a look at a lot of the Bulldogs forwards not behind the ball yet. They've done a mountain of defence early in this game. Gee, it takes it out of you. Got to keep pushing themselves and find a way.
They are bunched here as Vaughan can't really bend that defence back. There are 4 of them there to put him away. There's Pengai steaming upfield. Oh, there's the offload. That's unbelievable. Marshall King away to Dufty. Up to the 30, my goodness. Pengai, that was like a fish hook. The way that arm just curled around. Now Burton shaping the kick. Pushing away. Gets past Croker. Then fashions a kick. Needs to hold. 20-metre tap, 7 tackle set.
He's in a little bit of a mood tonight, isn't he? Burton, the offload. That's what I was saying. You've got to push around the ball with this bloke. He'll offload. Nearly on the ground. That's beautiful stuff there. And that's the right man to get the football to. Straight to Marshall King, and then the offload straight away to Matt Dufty. But the kick too much on it.
Timaku. Hard to put away. From the case, there's Starling, so the change to come. Called Klukstad. What was picked on the bench last week, not used, only played 15 minutes the week before, but back in that fullback role tonight. Hanuira-Naida. Seems like he's in a mood against a club he left in acrimonious circumstances. Elliott running. Now Young chiming in with a dummy half run. Oh, metres aplenty. And then he slammed. Pepper in that from Vaughan. Papali'i almost breaks through. So 1 tackle left here. And it comes away to Snyder. The little reverse kick. Vaughan lost it behind him. And Cummins says it was indeed a knockback.
Oh, they dodged the bullet there, the Bulldogs. A little kick back in field, set play. And again, we see the poor old Dogs.
They're under siege. Waddell, he's gone. Look at the Raiders like a scrum. 5, 6 of them there, and Waddell didn't have a prayer.
Gee, it's always a tough run there to put your hand up that close to the line, off your own goal line. And the Raiders bridged up. Got the ball in the in-goal area to start his run, and then they came. 6 of them, as you mentioned. Force a line drop out.
That was like a ruck and maul. Canterbury now just trying to eat up as much time as possible. Clock down to 2. Oh, hard in mouth stuff. Thomas Trent Barrett looks like a bobblehead with his head shaking and nodding, and his team hasn't made it fun for him so far tonight. Chotrich.
Hasn't been bad there from the Canberra Raiders too. 9 from 11, had all the football.
Doing the polish. Elliott now back in his usual role. Starling. Horsburgh the decoy. Snyder getting it on. Frawley the double pump. Young hits the line. Got there. The Raiders have their second, and Young was impossible to stop. Well, hang on. There's a forward pass.
Where'd you like it? Where'd you like it, Josh? Down the middle.
It's no try. The Raiders were celebrating. And
let's go. Clock's on.
all block. What do you reckon?
Ooh, I reckon they might have got it right there. So it's deliberately thrown forward there. That should be a penalty.
So, no try.
Been over the stripe a couple of times, both sides.
Yeah, Ricky shaking his head. Probably their best orchestrated play of the night, but no result.
10 seconds. Sean's nice and tight, Sean's.
Just couldn't help himself to throw that pass there, Frawley. He's running a rate of knots.
Well, this score could be anything, but just 4-0. Canterbury. Need something to just turn the tide. Addo Carr can't escape the marker. Tremendous scramble from Snyder. Thompson. Offloads. Marshall King, like a little AFL ruck rover, just waiting for that ball out the back. There's Jackson. Oh, he almost got through. That's a strong run. So when it comes down, Dufty hasn't had a chance today, Dufty. And Averillo back in the centres on halfway. Oof. Tough work there for Flanagan. Burton. Now that is a midfield bomb. And Addo Carr takes it. Gets rid of it. Burton, evasive. And that's where it ends.
Change over.
Boy, if he could have got it out to the man on the wing, could have been something there. Then we've got Nicole Klukstar and Waddell having some words.
Team will play the ball. Team will play the ball. Corey.
Couple little jersey grabs there. Corey Waddell not happy with something that's going on. I think he was just trying to slow the play down a little bit. Just don't let the Raiders get off to a quick start.
They were trying to whip the ball out of Burton's hand, something about it, fired Waddell up. Just the one try. Oh boy, they flew up out of the line there to meet Horsburgh. An unfortunate ending for Corey last week after making a very good contribution. And for a couple of moments in the last few minutes were telling. Now the little offload from Elliott. Gets an extra few metres with Starling. Papali'i. Nice catch, Snyder. Tries to tunnel his way through. So Snyder won't be kicking here as it comes down to Whitehead. And that is all legal. Aaron Shot falling on the ball after trapping it.
Gee, you got to be careful of those little grubbers in and behind. If the likes of Addo Carr scoops that ball up, he's on his way again.
So let's bring up the VB hard-earned index, and again, we're going to call this the Payne Haas Award one day, but no Broncos tonight. Josh Papali'i leading the way. Corey Harawira-Naita, he's been on a mission as well in second, but 9 runs, 77 metres for Josh, and still out there with his first stint. Canterbury with Marshall King. So there's a lot of Canterbury players standing around at the moment. It's been hard yakka.
Blue Thompson.
The kick here a little deeper. Klukstad chooses to bring it back. Now, can the Bulldogs force something here to change the momentum? Canberra have eased it out of this area the few times they've had to.
Well, I think the big secret here for the Bulldogs is to put the top 5 or the back 5 on the ground. You can't allow them to stand in tackles and get quick play the ball.
Attempted hit there from Thompson, didn't quite connect with Papali'i, who got an offload away, but in the end it cost them a few metres.
I don't think it's a right tackle to put on Papali'i. He's just so edgy, you can bounce off him, get the ball away like he did there.
It's a pretty good defence this time. It's Frawley from inside the 40. They're just happy to go for distance.
Now that's a funny play. Look at the size of Brett Naden, and he hands the ball off to little Dufty. Come on, mate, you got to run the ball there.
O'Connor trying to create something out of nothing. Still just 4 tackles for the Blue and Whites inside Canberra territory. They're only down by 4 though. By the way, we're going to have the Dogs player on report shortly. We'll explain more in a moment as Dufty bounces off Chodridge, but Flanagan's pass not quite hauled in by Naden. So yet again, Canterbury cough it up in pretty good field position for the Raiders.
Jeremy.
Well, that's the experience defensively. There's Marshall King on report.
So this is for a trip, we believe. Let's have a look. Oh, yes, that just a little sneaky one, although didn't do much damage.
Yeah, he's on report, mate.
So, because it happened so long ago, there's no penalty. And really, obviously, no injury, so
That'll be just a fine, damn.
it's insignificant in the context of this game. But there it is on report.
Okay, that's it. Let's go. Oh, there.
Jared Croker showing his experience there. It looked like that. The Bulldogs trying to play down that right-hand side. He cleaned it up beautifully.
Jeremy's brother can pay for that. He's going all right at the moment. As his Rapana, has he lost that? Or he's hurt himself? Geez, he was wincing. Yeah, something has happened there with Jordan Rapana. So, the twist of the leg there. So he's just trying to walk it off at the moment. You can see the top of screen there. There's Frawley with the dummy. Oh, that's neat. That's lovely. And then, he sells the candy and goes all the way. Matt Frawley gives it to his old club. Well, he had them hoodwinked there, and the Raiders get their second.
Well, he couldn't do any better than that if he was playing Jack White, and the show and the go there from Frawley. He nearly put on a try just a little bit earlier. Gee, that's poor defence. That's a tied defensive line. Some arm grabbers there. The dummy, Dufty takes it, and he's too quick. Finishes off right under the sticks. The Raiders go further ahead.
8th try of his career. A nice move there. But then this. Well, he didn't even have to go through with the full dummy.
Well, he almost invited him to throw the dummy there, Dufty. He was caught in no man's land. Started to peel off. It was a half dummy, as you said there. Straight through. Well done to Frawley. Under plenty of pressure coming in this side for Whiten. That's a great try.
So there you go. First try since the last round of 2020. This year, 3 games before tonight. Halfback in in round 2 against the Cowboys, and then starting hooker, that problematic position, the starting hooker, he was given a crack at it against the Titans and Manly. But doing well here, and Croker, you see he's got a lot of ground to cover to get to Cam Smith. But certainly Canberra's #1 by a long way now. So 10 metres out. And his first points of 2022, and drills that one. So the Raiders, that score which is starting to reflect the territorial dominance, 10 points to 0. Now, to celebrate the launch of Telstra Plus Market, Telstra has given away its signage for this round as part of its big plugs for small business promotion to small businesses like Impact Comics. Now, that's your favourite place for comics and graphic novels and collectibles and so much more. So there you go. Telstra helping out some small businesses there. Discover your next adventure at Impact Comics. Well, now it's a bit of a character test for the Bulldogs. Down by 10. And then he misses as well. Burton cutting them open. Addo Carr thought he had a try. Well, it's not as if they haven't threatened and shown some potential with the ball. They just haven't had it. Decent field position.
Well, the big test now for the Canberra Raiders is to play not only for the full half, but play the full second half. All season, only played one half of footy and fell over mainly in the second half. So it's a big test for them.
And it's a penalty for offside. 4th penalty to 2. And again, another climb uphill for the visitors. So they'd be pretty happy, some of the old players who are down here this weekend. One of the 94 grand final heroes are here. Of course, these sides played in the 94 grand final. Canterbury fans would choose to forget. They'd rather remember the major semi a couple of weeks earlier. Here's Horsburgh. He's man overrunning him, so he'll take it himself. Got a deep line stacked to the left here. Snyder goes that way. Frawley back in field. Young with footwork. Straight into Waddell, but inside the 10 on tackle 4. Starling. Sutton, fresh. Well handled again. Waddell's 20th tackle. Frawley. Oh, that's a lovely banana kick, and Croker has got there first. Jared Croker scores.
I don't know if there was a little bit of a deflection off one of the Bulldogs players. Croker, doesn't he chase hard? It's over the stripe. The Raiders, that's their 3rd try.
Well, he's waited a couple of months for his chance back in the top grade. But hang on, hang on. Hang on there. It doesn't look good. Geez, Matt Frawley with the beautiful kick.
They've been pulled back a couple of times. That's no try.
It has to be no try.
I reckon the players know it too. They're just hovering around the 30-metre line.
What's he grounded it with? His groin, his torso? What's...
Yeah, mate. Right to go? Okay, just go to the bunker. Checking for a possible knock-on.
I think he's got his hands on it and lost it on the way down.
We've cleared the Canberra kick chase. Just having a look at a potential
Yeah, he's
grounding here
knocked
from
that on.
Canberra.
He's tried to ground the ball down, it's come off his hands.
Well, it doesn't matter what Naden does here because it would only be a knockback from him.
Mate.
I think Croker's knocked the ball on here.
I think Jared knows as well.
Still looking.
It is grounded in the end, so that means the play is dead. Now, are we going to get to a point this is all inconclusive and he gets the try because it went up as a try?
Yeah.
I think it's come off his arm there. His left hand. Just
It hits the hand of Jared Croker and he fails to regain it before it hits the ground. We have a decision.
Had to be no try.
Yeah.
Well, Steve Roach, this game could have been blown out of the water by now, but here we are, 10-0.
No worries. Just wait there, mate.
And
Wait there.
the Canberra record with a lead, we all know it's there to see, but there's some life here for Canterbury, but they've just got to get something going their way.
Yeah, you'll be talking about field position at half-time for sure, Trent Barrett. And winning tackles, that's where, I mean, the Raiders have just been able to roll upfield too comfortably. They haven't won any tackles. The Bulldogs, there's another penalty.
Well, this time for Canterbury, so now this is an opportunity.
10 metres.
And when they hit it up for the first time here, it'll be their 5th tackle beyond halfway. 35 minutes into the contest. And it's Pangai.
They should be fresh, the Raiders, defensively here.
Now Waddell. Happy to take the tackle and open up the right side. Marshall King goes that way to Burton. Skipping sideways. Now Flanagan keeps it going to Dufty. Holding it, Matt Dufty. And a wonderful one-on-one tackle there. And it's forced it free. Oh, Frawley. What a night he's having.
He's having a day out, isn't he, Frawley? Decided to run the ball here. Dufty, a little bit of footwork at the line. It's a great one-on-one tackle, and on the way down he loses a football. Croker joins in the tackle. Well, they can't build any pressure, can they, the Dogs? Every time they look like they're going to do something. There's too many errors from 6 already in the game and haven't had any ball. Only 4 from the Raiders.
Tom, you need to be better. Okay, let's go, mate. Tom.
Timoku out of the scrum. Just over the 3 minutes to go in this first half. Don't forget, back to the Clive Churchill studio to look at this game. With Hannah Hollison, Greg Alexander, Benji Marshall, Corey Parker and Isaiah Yeo. Catch up with him just before the big one, Penrith and Parramatta. It's once again going to be standing room only. That's becoming the hardest ticket to get in rugby league, a ticket to Penrith Stadium.
Rightfully so. They're great to watch, aren't they?
They might have to make that a 30,000 seat stadium when they put all that new money in there. There's the high kick put up by Schneider. Adokar, well contained. Frustrating half for him. Shot off. Swallowed up by Timoku. Pangai. There's the one offload from Tavita so far. Max King. Kyle Flanagan. Dufty again with a bit of space. Avarillo, the flick pass just a little too audacious. Naden couldn't haul it in. Canberra with a chance just before the break. Sutton steaming onto it. Well, this could be a hammer blow.
Let's see if they chance their hand here, the Raiders. Just on a minute and a half to go before half-time.
2 strong runs to start the set. Canterbury now laying all over in these tackles. Schneider skipping. Straight into Waddell. Snarling. Now Elliott. Let him run there. 2 tackles left. back to Snyder. Ignores Whitehead. Nicole Clockstead. And play comes to nothing. Well, you can get a repeat set, but they wouldn't get much time off that. So really it has to happen here. Snyder's kick. Croker taps back, but Flanagan, right place, right time. Somehow the Dogs hang on.
Gee, they love competing for the ball in the air, don't they, the Canberra Raiders? Pangai trying to get an offload here. Not the place to offload. Just tuck the ball under your wing and go.
These numbers are shades of what happened Penrith versus Canberra 2 weeks ago in reverse. Eventually that day, Canberra, who really tried that day, just couldn't hang on any longer, and Penrith ran up the score late. But we've still got a contest here. Burton's chip kick. Addo Carr takes him and then backs back and then tries his own little chip kick. Oh, as Frawley there was collected by Croker. This is helter-skelter stuff. Frawley still down, just catching his breath. And now Hudson Young and Tavita Pangai, a couple of players with short fuses. There's a little bit of spice about this contest. There's a lot of action in that first half, but only the 2 tries. Half-time, GIO Stadium. It's the Raiders leading the Bulldogs 10 points to 0. So the Bulldogs now, they're not out of this block, and they have shown very brief moments that they can test this Canberra defence.
I think this man's the #1 man for the Bulldogs, Matt Burton. He made a couple of breaks in that first half. No field position. This isn't over yet. We've seen the Raiders that can't play the full 80 minutes. This is a man that can hurt him, Matt Burton.
Burton with those line breaks, and now they come the Raiders. Boy, we've talked about the fact they haven't really decimated the Bulldogs on the scoreboard, but they have been fired up for this game, whether it's the old boys or 5 games in a row that they've lost. They have certainly been firing on all cylinders. Here we go. Some good game faces on there. Glenn Lazarus is in there amongst it as well, one of the all-time greats.
What a player. I was lucky enough to play with him on a couple of tours. He's a great player.
And this man is putting on a little bit of a show. Matt Frawley back in first grade, and boy, he's been hard to handle.
Yeah, I think the big thing for him, they're coming in after Jack Whiten, who's out suspended at the moment, was to run the ball when he got the opportunity. He scored a great try. A little bit of individual brilliance. Could have put on another one, so it's a major play here for the Raiders if they are to get home here in the second half.
So the old boys now just leave to go to their box where they'll watch. Oh, Brett Mullins.
Wow, how good was he in Brokenfield? Brett Mullins. Remember some 90-metre solo tries.
Chip and chase by Mullins. Oh. This could be a miracle. Oh, it is a miracle. Shout out to the great Rabs. Here we go, we're on our way. Canberra looking for their 3rd win of the season. So are Canterbury. And now there's a bit of fire in the Canterbury defence. Max King been very solid for Canterbury since joining from the Melbourne Storm. Adam Elliott, tidy stint again in the dummy half roll to start the game.
You know what he is? He's tireless. He just gets himself involved, gets his hands on the footy. They have a little bit of lull when Papali'i and Tarpany go off, so he's added that little bit of energy that they've needed, the Raiders, over the last couple of weeks.
Very nice run from Nicole Cookstow out of dummy half. So Canberra again make it beyond halfway. There's a good kick, at least deep kick from Frawley, but Dufty now. With a good line of defence there to meet him. Canterbury bring it out through Naden. Let's see what happened, what the coach has said at half-time. Here's Jake Duke
Yeah, for Trent Barrett, boys, the message was simple. Respect the ball. Too many errors in that first half, but obviously pleased with the fact that they are only down by 10 points, considering Canberra had 25 tackles inside their 20-0. Ricky Stewart happy with the effort. He just wants his side to do the exact same thing in this second half. Control the field position, grind out the half, which is obviously something they've failed to do in recent weeks. So a tough challenge for them tonight.
Good meters here for the Bulldogs, but their set comes to an end. And that's got plenty of height on it, but no problem for Nickel Klukstad.
Just a little thing too. There's a kick, the first kick of the second half from Burton. Have a look how much or how many yards they made downfield without the kick pressure. Kick chase is so important in the game. That's a poor start to the second half, just in those little 1%ers that you got to complete. Bad kick chase from there from the Dogs.
So Chotrich has met here. This period right here is when the Raiders have often had their woes when they've had big leads, from about the 41-minute mark to the 60-minute mark. Starling onto Horsburgh. Evades Thompson. It's a good 10-11 metres. Comes to Snyder here, under a little bit of pressure, but gets that away. Addo Carr, Rapana had only eyes for his opposite number. And look where Canterbury start, just out from their try line. And now it's Shop, who has nowhere to go. Pangai. That's tackle 3.
I think they make it pretty easy for you, the Dogs. That's just one out running. They've got to put a few ruck plays on or some. Try and upset that defensive line. Run them one out like that, you won't do anything.
Well, here's something. There's Vidal to Burton and Addo Carr. So they're kicking here for well shy of the 40. And doesn't quite get that out of the middle. Flanagan. You would have hoped for a trickier bounce. Chotrich. Almost to halfway, gets to halfway on the first. So the Raiders have picked up from where they left off in the first half.
Watch Nickel Klukstad, boys, in the background here for the Raiders, really struggling with a lower leg injury as that kick came down his way. He's just getting treated from the trainer at the back of play now, but really struggling to run.
Yeah, Rapana had his issues in the first half, but seems to be okay. Horsburgh running wide. Nickel Klukstad still being treated, so down to 12 attacking players. Crawley. Sutton. Starling runs. Dufty one-on-one. Can't hang on. And now Whitehead. Oh, he tried the pass. No room to work with. And the Dogs hang in there again.
And Ryden Sutton it is who comes up with the error, but it was a chase there from Matt Dufty, trying to make tackles on much bigger men. First it was Whitehead, and then he tried to offload the ball. He stayed alive. It's a good play there from Dufty. Smallest man on the field was Starling. And they force the error. That's poor play from the Raiders.
So there's Nickel Klukstad. Seems to be okay. Yet to see, and may not see, Sebastian Chris back in the 17 tonight, but yet to be used off the bench for Canterbury. Bailey, Biondioto, nor Arvasu Manafanai have made an appearance. Biondioto played only 3 minutes last week. Thompson, it's a better run.
Sebastian Chris is up here on the bench, Dan. Nickel Klukstad looks no good.
Okay, so sometimes it's handy to have an outside back on the bench. There's that placement. So Pangai Jr. playing it. Marshall King allowed to run. Important tackle from Whitehead.
He's the man that can get him back in the game.
Now that is off Starling. It's a live ball, this. And tap back, but no one to tap back to. Trouble. Young. Let's see how much pace he's got. He's got a fair bit. Dufty coming across. Dufty puts his body in the way. King, who want to get off here. And does. But Canberra 10 metres away. It's a zero tackle. Snyder. And the Dogs back on their line. Horsburgh, touch flat-footed. Canterbury calling for defenders on that side. There are enough there to handle Frawley. Now the little show and go. This is tackle number 4. Things have slowed down. Starling first receiver. Sutton with Horsburgh directing him just to settle down and hit it up. So it all comes down to this last play. Snyder poised. Rolls it in. Rapana pouring through, but it beats the ball. And that is a 20-metre tap and another notch on the belt for Canterbury's defence.
Now,
Although,
just have a
hang
look
on.
at the Bulldogs too. See, a lot of blokes, hands on hips, hands on knees.
And going now, just for a moment there was a discussion between the referee and the touch judge, but it is a 20-metre tap. And in fact, it might be a penalty. So Rapana is the man pinged here for kicking it away in frustration. So maybe just signs of frustration emerging. That's a handy extra 25 metres there for the Dogs, although they lose that extra tackle. In the end, though, it's a net positive. Flanagan sending it on. King playing it. And Flanagan getting it again. Dufty on the left this time. And well read there by Brad Schneider, all over Corey Waddell. Thompson, another big run from him. So inching closer here. Burton on the left as it comes out to the right to Flanagan. He avoids Young, but straight into a wall. And no offload for Flanagan. Well, now it's set up for Burton with his left boot. Although Dufty says, give it to me. Floats the pass. Intercept. Trouble. Chotrich. He's going to be hauled in here. Marshall King, but he can't make the tackle. Now Chotrich and Pangai. And now beautiful evasive work. Still going Chotrich. What a run. Raiders on the attack again. Chris. They hang off him.
Well, they can't hang on here. They're just hanging on, the Bulldogs.
Inside the 10 already. Attack the right again. Oh, that's a penalty. That's a penalty. And Rapana straight into it. Snyder there, collected by Waddell. Well, interesting for Canterbury block. They have had so few chances on Canberra's line, and they don't go with Burton on the last, and the Dufty pass, almost a catastrophe.
You know what, I'd play on here. I'd keep the pressure on if I was the Canberra Raiders. There's the high tackle now. They're under the pump, the Dogs, just hanging on. I don't think I'd go for goal here.
Quick comment on Chance Nicol Klugstad, please, Jake Duke.
Yeah, just a bad cork, boys. He's been down here on the bike trying to keep it warm. I'm not sure if we'll see him again. Rapana, the man to fullback.
This has worked out pretty well for Canterbury, hasn't it, Steve? Because this has been a good minute and a half, 2 minutes that they've had the chance to catch their collective breath.
I don't know. They're out on their feet, the Bulldogs. They kept the pressure on. Croker's taken the headgear off and said, I'm the skipper, boys. I'm going to have a shot at goal. It's kickable for him. But I reckon the Dogs would be happy that they're having a shot at goal.
But they've been burned so many times, the Raiders, with leads. You would imagine part of the attitude is, look, let's just take the points when they're on offer. There was a game, was it last week? They had penalty goal opportunities deluxe and didn't take them. So Croker will be 13 in from touch, so not a gimme, but certainly something he'd expect to make.
See, they look legless defensively. The poor old Bulldogs just hanging on.
Still plenty of time, obviously. 29.5 minutes. So Croker thought he had a try in the first half. He has 2 points and make that 4. Canberra inch out to a 12-0 lead over Canterbury. Now, Canberra Stadium, this is the home of Women's Origin this year. Friday, the 24th of June, so 2 days before the Perth Origin, the standalone rep weekend, and Women's Origin coming down here. The best players from New South Wales and Queensland going head-to-head. And juniors aged 15 and under, you get in free with a Category C paying adult. So head to nrl.com/tickets. We've seen in the past at North Sydney, at Sunny Coast, they pour in. What about that crowd at the grand final at Redcliffe for 2 Sydney teams? It's more popular by the year, NRLW. And so the sooner they get the 3 Origins, the better. But get to this one, June 24 here in the capital. So 29, now get 28 minutes to go. Still just the 2 tries.
Just want to see the Dogs get a try and then see what happens then. Still only 12-0.
Oh, Nick Chotrich is closing in on 200 metres. What a wonderful night against a club he had a pretty unhappy time with. Only 14 games and back here at the Raiders now. So Ryan Sutton. They've nearly made double the metres of Canterbury, the Raiders. Oh, look at the space here for Whitehead.
So they've still got Papali'i and Tarpany and that to come on for their second stints.
Elliott. Rapiner off a 0 tackle was waiting there for Starling, who just helps himself to a good 15 metres. Sutton quite busy since joining the game midway through the first half. Now it comes to Snyder. Frawley onto Young. Closed down quickly there. It was Stimson down low. Flanagan up top with Pangai Jr. Here's 0 tackle again. Canterbury just trying to buy some time. Slowing down these play the balls. The signs are there, but can Canberra put them away? Horsburgh. Starling. His open side. Snyder the cutout. To McCoo. More contained. Burton there along with Waddell. So side to side at the moment. Elliott straightening. He wants the offload, but Thompson locks up that arm. Starling. Now Frawley. Here's Rapiner. Gets it on to Croker. Croker in trouble. Croker's gone. Somehow these Bulldogs are just hanging in there.
Yeah, you've got to give a rap there to Kyle Flanagan. He came in the third man to make the tackle. They kept him up there, Croker, that time. Look at him stay alive, back on the inside here. Joins into the tackle. It's easy to drop off when the ball goes past you. You've got to keep alive, and Flanagan does a good job.
We're setting the stage, of course, for Penrith and Parramatta, but you get the sense there could be some unfinished business here.
Wait for it. Time on.
They've got to get the next one, though, Canterbury.
You've got to get up the other end first.
That's been their big challenge.
Papali'i just about to come on. He'll be licking his lips to see how easy it is. The Canberra Raiders making yards through the middle.
And now Stimson closed down. They've needed penalties from this point to get themselves out of trouble. Canberra yet to concede a set restart. And now he's got to get the ground Aaron shot. He does. Joey Tarpany. Pangai. It's a strong run, and again, no offload. Ball on the ground quickly for the play the ball, but it's the last, so Burton kicking. He's got a couple of 40-20s this year, but they're straight to Chotrich. So this time next week, Magic Round will be underway. It's the Bulldogs' first cab off the rank against Newcastle, followed by Manly in Brisbane. That's what's all about the Saturday night 7:30 game. But there's Adam Elliott and Corey Harawira-Naidoo. They, yes, both left the Bulldogs in circumstances that weren't perfect, and they're pretty happy with their performances, and well, they should be. There's Horsburgh now onto the 20-metre line. Starling. Now Frawley delaying the pass for Tarpany. Well handled there. Boy, Waddell has made some tackles tonight. Last. Frawley nurses the kick. Work now for Averillo. No chance.
Watch him here.
And this will be the second line dropout. The Bulldogs have been forced to kick.
Gee, he looks dangerous, doesn't he? Tarpany just back on the field. The field day now, and they've forced again the line drop out. He's been brave, hasn't he, Frawley? That time right at the line with the grubber kick in behind. Again, the Bulldogs have got to defend.
Just to finish that point, so Penrith-Melbourne, obviously, that's a sellout already, that Saturday Magic Round. But Manly-Brisbane, Friday night. Ooh, doesn't that entice? Oh, what a play! Is that the little Match Turner? What a bat back that was. Brent Naden up above them. A little moment of magic as Stimson now. Oh, that's wonderful. And now Burton tries to double down. Addo-Carr gets the bounce. Then the little grubber races on. Shop battling with Chris. Shop gets it. Goes to ground. No Canberra hand. 3 tackles gone. Out of nowhere. Addo-Carr almost there. Burton waits. Floats it up. Marshall King gets it on. Flanagan now to Dufty. The ball onto Averillo. Great tackle, Croker. That's a try saver. Game has just come alive. Flanagan, set restart. Finally they get one. Brother Siumanafani in the 17. Similar build to the big fella Pangai Jr. Inside the 10 with a full set. Vaughan, flat-footed. Starling, conveniently tangled up. Flanagan deep. Burton on the run. Burton for the line. Oh, they got under him. Or did they? Burton thinks he's got it. Canterbury. Oh, they're back in business.
Well, I'll tell you what. How brave were they in their own half to chip over the top? Addo-Carr got his boot to it. And Burton looks like he's going to score. Showed great strength. Had 2 players on him there. Twists out of the tackle here. This is a brave play. The little left footer over the top for Addo-Carr. The little chip again. I thought he was impeded there. But they get the football back.
Not that it matters now, but they probably should have been 6 again.
And here's the try now, Burton. Flanagan at the line. Burton just backs himself. Let's have a look at the Timoko just looking out. And that is the sign there straight away for Burton to run the ball. I thought he was held up.
Yeah, so did I.
That's great strength to get the ball down. Elliott did an enormous job. Whitehead.
Whitehead thought he had him too.
Gee, I love it when this bloke backs himself. Big 5/8s. When they love running at the line like that. He was dangerous in the first half. Does he get the ball down? Oh, that's great strength. Well done. It's game on now.
No problem. Now Burton has another challenge. His kicking has been a bit all over the shop this year. And he's 9 in from touch.
And the Raiders might be thinking, oh, well, here we go again. What a brave play.
I know their fans are, Block. I know their poor old fans are. But the line drop out and then the kick. What a turn of events. Not many kicks from the left side for Burton this year. None from one from wide out on the left.
He's got a try there. He's run for 46 metres here this evening. 6 tackle busts, so big man loves running the footy. Left-footed too. This is his good side, Dan.
He has taken an eternity with this. He knows the importance of this kick. Burton needs to hold. Doesn't! 12 points to 4. But at least they have a try on the board.
Jordan. That's a take.
Let's go to Jake Duke.
Yeah, Matt Burton, he had 2 big plays last week against the Roosters to get the Bulldogs home. He had that 40-20 and then came up with a big tackle on Joseph Sawali in the corner tonight. He puts in the chip kick for Josh Adokar, finishes it off with a try for himself. That's why they paid him the big bucks to come here. He's a match winner, Matt Burton. As for the Raiders, you imagine their fans are worried. Last week was the 10th time since 2020 they had bombed an 8-point lead. They had a 10-point lead here tonight, and now the Bulldogs are coming.
Thank you, Jake. That's the problem too. They have to be reminded about it all the time. Those stats are just horrific.
Well, it's amazing what sort of energy it gives you too when you get yourself back into the game. The Dogs have scored. Let's see what they do in this set.
Still down by 8, and they have burned so much energy. There's Burton back on the inside for Siumana for night. Marshall King, sprightly, and away from Starling. Look at him go. And he's the latest to join the Full Moon Club, 40 metres away. Now Burton shaped it. Oh, they were hanging off him. They didn't know what he was going to do there, the defenders, but they got the job done. So Flanagan on the last. Doesn't kick. Dufty. That was Young racing up, creating numbers, but Canterbury can't make them pay. And Canberra this time hang on. Again, the signs are there for the Dogs if they can just keep it together.
Yeah, Chotrich had stepped back and gone backwards. And they run the football there. He got taken out as he went to the line that time. Matthew Dufty. Marshall King. I said it before the game. This guy's going to be pretty dangerous because the Raiders get a little bit lazy around the middle. There's a poor execution there. Dogs have just got to get a result.
Jake Duke, you got an update on Chance Nickel-Cookster?
Yeah, just with that bad cork, boys, he has been officially ruled out of the game, won't be back.
He's had a funny few weeks, hasn't he? He's had to spend time on the bench. He gets a crack tonight and looked pretty sharp at times, and now out with that cork.
Papali'i back on the field now. The 1-2 punch. Tarpany, Papali'i.
You love that bloke, don't you?
I do. He's a great player. Both of them.
Great player for a long time. Tarpany now. So 18 minutes left. Now it's Ryan Sutton. Comfortably contained with arm raised for the last. See Manafani, the man laying in the ruck there as Naden gets a sitter. Good big body, some good metres this year. And, coming off the wing. 7th game for him. That's already as many as last year and his last season at Penrith. Adokar, look at him, he wants his hands on it. Careful. Careful, Ryan. And Ben Cummins just says play it. Ooh, shot there. That was a strong tackle. Jackson. Underarms it. See Manafani. Burton straightens. Almost cuts through too. They're having some joy on that left edge. Marshall King now for Flanagan, and Stimson away from the rushing Croker. And Young was there to close that down with Papali'i.
Well, I think it's the right tactics too. Try and run the Raiders around. Don't run one out.
Well, this is a chance for Adokar. No, couldn't quite get there, but then a sandwich with Waddell and Adokar all over Rapana. no damage done with that tackle. VB hard-earned time as Jotrich. If he gets on the leaderboard, he's been very strong with his runs off the back and a couple of line breaks as well. So there we go. Horsburgh, top seed. There we go, 61 points. Adam Elliott up there as well. He got over 100 metres last week as well. So now here's Dufty. Oh, Naden. Heart and mouth stuff for you Doggies fans. Dufty. Kept pretty quiet so far, Dufty. Marshall King has been one of the, if not the Bulldogs' best. He's off, so...
Gee, I don't know whether I would have taken him off. He already made a 30-metre break only a few minutes ago.
Well, beyond the Odo, if he can get it going, he's a real live wire. But Marshall King was the hot hand, wasn't he? So almost up to the 30 now. Jackson. Flanagan on the run. Line run by Waddell. Last tackle, certainly close enough for an attacking kick. Beyond Odo, on to Burton. And now Adokar coming through. And racing there was Rapana, and it's a dropout. And there we go, we've got some wounds there. Rapana colliding with Adokar.
Is that his head?
Geez, the Raiders have problems scoring tries in the second half.
Well, that's going to be a Canterbury knock on, isn't it? Is that Adokar got a little piece of that?
Just wait, mate.
So Bunker will certainly look.
Only the 2 points from them so far.
Canberra preparing as if it's going to be overturned here.
Knock on.
Yeah, it is a 20-metre tap. So big moment there for the Raiders. Big moment there. As we enter the last 15 minutes and then straight to Penrith, the Panthers and the Eels. They've had a couple of ding-dong battles of the last 12 months. That epic final, Penrith won 8-6. Midway through last year when both teams were pretty strong, 13-12 was the final score. There was a game in between, but that was last round and Parramatta rested a lot of their stars. Penrith gave them a touch-up, but when they're both presenting strong lineups,
gee,
that's the makings for a close one. Penalty Canberra.
That one's a give me. They were struggling, the Canberra Raiders. I was talking about the Bulldogs with hands on hips. They're bunched now too, the Raiders. With a lot more ball, they've looked a lot better in the second half, the Bulldogs.
So territory is evened up a touch, but still 72% is in this portion of the field. Timaku. New pronunciation to the 30. Pretty well contained. He's had 3 offloads, more than anyone in this game. Oh, Tarpany with energy, with verve. Enters the 20 with Starling now, going the short side to Frawley. Here's Croker against the grain. Oh, the dummy and almost through. King just hangs on. Now Snyder, early dummy. Then the flick. Whitehead stuck in quicksand. One tackle left. Out it comes now for Frawley. There's that left foot grubber. That's taken by Naden, and that's going to cost them a line dropout when he may have been better served letting that go.
Cox on. Hold there, Matt.
Gee, I was surprised that he played at that there. The last bounce, it looked like it was stopping. Again, Frawley's kicking game, short kicking game has been sensational.
Now, out on the full. So this time it was the long kick looking for touch. Burton, he almost got that right on the spot too. But you can see there, he's missed the line. But Young would have had a real problem if that kick was on the spot there. And another kick at goal here. So Croker's tally will go up, but still it will remain a 2-score contest.
Well, you know what Burton was trying to do there. They got the ball back when they kicked a short restart. Remember only a few minutes ago when Naden, I think it was, it knocked the ball back.
And that's what we got ahead of us. Mitch Moses been in tremendous form this year.
They beaten by last week. The Parasite was at 35-4.
35-4.
35-4.
You know, I was looking at the record of teams playing in Darwin because it's usually steamy.
Yeah.
It's usually warm, which it was. It was in the 30s. It was 80-something% humidity, as our sideline man Jake Duke has often told us. Geez, we give him some strange weather games, don't we? The teams backing up last 3 years, 4 wins, no losses. So maybe it doesn't have a devastating effect.
Well, the other thing maybe for Parramatta last week against the Cowboys, I don't want to take anything away from the Cowboys, but they might have been looking over their shoulder at this one. The big game against the Panthers on their home ground. What are they going for, 21 or 22, is it?
22.
Yeah.
And if I've got it right, it's the longest home winning streak since the mighty St George Dragons in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
They overtook the Broncos at the old QE2 stadium, that magnificent team.
Is that Tallis, Sivanasiva, Webke?
Fair team.
Thorne. Wow.
Carroll.
What a team.
Walters, Langer.
Keep going.
Young Lockyer. Late Renoff. There's the kick at goal. 14-4. 10 the margin, 11 to play. So Nick Chotridge way in front of the field, 210 metres. That's off a mere 13 runs. So he's having a big 100th game in Canberra colours.
And he's a big body too, hard to handle. You got to make sure when you're tackling him, he'll bounce around.
Has played Origin. It was way back in 2019. I know Brad Fittler has made some comments in recent times that he's still on the radar. Even though it's been 3 years since that one and only Origin. That was in Perth, that game. Big body. That's your prototypical Origin winger, isn't it?
So important to have blokes who can bring the ball back in Origin. Big manhandled at the back.
This is Young. His son. Just over the 20. Only 6 errors from the Raiders. They haven't really given Canterbury a sniff, even though they haven't put them away. Had a weird night of getting a pass on to Starling. They haven't presented the opposition with too many chances, which has often been what's done them in. Tarpany. Well over 100 metres now for him. Here. Just happy to get some distance and an excellent chase. Naden, no chance. Tackle there was legal. Avarillo, nowhere to go. Well, it was a big gamble that got them their first try. They're ready to try something similar. Time is starting to run out. Max King. Beyond Yoda, no chance to run there. Now he does straighten, but they always had that covered, the Raiders. Burton. Well, here we go. One of these wobblers, these knuckleball kicks. Rapana. Very nice catch. Oh, and then King up around the chest.
He's got to try and force the error here. The Bulldogs with their defence haven't been real strong in defence. So as I mentioned in the first half, they just roll upfield. The Canberra Raiders able to stand in tackles. You've got to win tackles when you play against a big pack. They haven't been able to do it in this game.
Just happy to march it forward. Carpeny. Bit of space for him up the middle. He's held on to by King and Bailey beyond Diodo. Again, the high kick for the corner. Chottridge wasn't looking anywhere near the ball, but comes to Pangai Jr. That's Frawley who's dragged him back. That's Matt Frawley dragging back Pangai Jr.
I think you're going to challenge here. The obstruction.
Lucky. Captain's challenge. Bulldogs a challenge and knock on. Just check for the escort there, please, mate.
Yeah, the escort runner.
Okay. Well,
Chottridge takes up a position which denies Brent Naden a chance to play at the ball.
It didn't look good, did it, Block?
No.
So that's a good challenge.
From Kyle Flanagan in the lead-up.
He wasn't competing for the ball. Tackled by Frawley, but I think Pangai Jr. knew something was going on there. He didn't show much enthusiasm in that run. Get the penalty, the Dogs.
Oh, a little halfback drags a big fella into the end goal. You take it away from him.
Yes,
you take it away from him.
Yes,
it's the greatest tackle of that man's career, and you've just
mate, Pangai wasn't having a dig. You're kidding.
There is a spread. Burton out to Addo Carr. Oh, does a number on Timaku, but then that's a good save. Canterbury, though. It's got to happen soon for them. There's Flanagan's dummy, not fallen for. Just his second run tonight. So hasn't had the chance to run. It's all been rucking it out for Canterbury. Nothing doing here on tackle 4. Beyond Diodo. For Jackson. Now for Flanagan. There's Burton. Dufty clutching at his left ankle there. He's out of this. High ball now. Back it comes for Chottridge, and the Raiders hang on pretty comfortably.
He was taken out of play there just a second ago, Dufty. Nothing done about it.
Canterbury knock on, so they bring it out to the 10.
And Dufty was trying to support Burton back on the inside and was taken out. Lucky not to get a penalty there.
I mean, all those Broncos you rattle off in that great side, you didn't name one back. You just named forwards. You're an anti-back.
Oh, yeah, actually, we're so wingers.
So the Raiders are taking care of business at the moment. Although there's a chance he offload, but a nice pickup from Tarpany. Dragging Vaughan back with Burton. Oh, Burton, the steal is on. The steal is there. Maybe they're not done.
Gee, he showed some strength there to get the ball. Been outstanding, Burton.
Slow play the ball. Burton, the kick. Dufty coming through. Dufty, oh, we had a chance. Now, he's going to claim he's taken out of this.
I've got no try.
Let's have a look at it.
Bucky, coming up to tackle 2. I've got no try. Just confirm the knock on, but I want to see if there's any interference from Canberra.
Boy, Rapana was dawdling.
Yeah,
Dufty.
Got some wheels, hasn't he, Dufty? He's onside.
Matt Dufty's cleared as onside.
Look at the ground he's making up.
Both players are running back towards the ball.
Yeah, it's a
and
knock
Matt
on.
Dufty knocks the ball on. We have a decision.
No problem. That's all just jostling and...
Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks, mate. Is that
3
serious?
minutes ago, he was down clutching at his left ankle there, Dufty. So
Croker's down.
He's paid the price here from this tackle. Oh, he hasn't copped one. The knee of Dufty was perilously close to a very sensitive area, but it's the shoulder. It's the shoulder there that has done him in. Geez, he deserves a break here. Jared Croker.
Doesn't look good, does it?
Not at all. Obviously, it's the knee injury that he's coming back from. But he's had a rotator cuff problem before. Boy, he's in pain. Are we looking at a dislocation here, Block? You probably know more about this than me.
I'll tell you what's not comfortable. Doctors and physios and that poking their fingers around in it makes it worse. They've managed to get his arm on the ground, so yeah, it looks like it might be a bit of a dislocation there.
Has you ever had one?
As if it's not hurt. Dislocated elbow.
Oof.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, it's not like the movies. It's not like Mel Gibson can jam his shoulder into a locker and Lethal Weapon. I mean, this is going to be a problem, a real problem. So we're at a pause here. 4 minutes 50 to go. Wolves standing by for the start of the next game, Penrith Parramatta. But obviously this is of concern. And yeah, the green whistle. That's a terrible sign. Boy, I hope this isn't it for Jared Croker. It's been such a tough fight to get back into this first grade side. Geez, they're tough footballers.
What about the desperation of himself trying to get himself there? Like, easy to drop off on that play. What about Dufty coming from nowhere? Got himself, well, his hand near the ball, knocks it on. Gee, it would have been game on then.
So they're going to turn that jumper into a sling. Well, let's hope this is better than we fear it may be. The third greatest scorer of all time. Canberra's #1 try scorer. He's a Raiders legend, Jared Croker. He is signed for next year, but it looks like he's got a tough little period ahead of him. And rightfully getting a round of applause. And he's been good tonight, Block.
He's been great. Defensively too, he's made some great decisions to come up out of the line and make one-on-one tackles. Been courageous at the back of the field for the Canberra Raiders. It'd be a shame. I hope this isn't the end for him.
And they are standing here at GIO Stadium as he goes past the diehards in the Western Grandstand, the Mal Meninga stand. Obviously, Jake Duke will be all over that, and we'll have the news on that after Penrith Parramatta with our extended post-game show. So, obviously, you're on Channel 502 now. No need to go anywhere for the next few hours. Tarpany. Paul has come over this at Canberra Stadium, but there's a game here to be won for the Raiders. They've almost shut the Dogs out of it. Elliott. This experiment at him at 9 seems to be working. On the verge of a... Well, they lost last week, but he was man of the match last week, and good things tonight. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's Papali'i. What is going on?
He's just holding his knee, mate. Last tackle here, buddy. Make sure we're straight. Brad.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Josh Papali'i's major problems over the years have been more ankle-related, but...
Well, that looks like a twisted knee on the way down there.
Well,
Leoto just hanging on for grim life.
These Canberra fans, they can't enjoy one win, can they? And they look like they're going to win this, and they've lost Croker. This might be encouraging.
Okay, Josh, you're going to play it. Just wait for the whistle.
Okay, he's going to play it. So that one. Breathe again, Raiders fans.
They need an elephant gun to stop him.
So last tackle. Frawley's kick. Naden, oh, did he hold it? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And there's Adam Elliott all over it. And Canterbury's going to challenge again.
Bucky, up to tackle one.
Well, they got a challenge, haven't they?
Naden, captain's challenge, the challenge in the knock-on into a defender. Yep.
Canberra kick chase on the left has been cleared as onside.
So he's held onto it, obviously, but if it's touched Elliott, that's all over.
I don't think they'll win this challenge.
Just looking to
Bulldogs.
confirm whether the ball touches the Canberra player at any point after.
Oh, a little touch there. It seemed.
Doesn't look like he's got control on the way down there. There it is. That's the knock on there.
So don't forget, minutes away, Penrith Parramatta. Andrew Voss standing by with the call of that one.
At this point, Brent Naden pins the ball against his body. He's now in possession of the ball.
Oh, they're going to win this.
And it never hits the Canberra player.
Whoa,
the challenge is successful.
wow.
Fancy say it doesn't hit the Canberra player.
All right, well.
Josh,
Challenge
You've still
successful.
got one remaining. Over here, mate.
And he's lost possession on the way down as he's caught the ball.
So here come the Bulldogs, and let's hope we get through the next 3 and a bit minutes uninterrupted. We don't need more injuries, for goodness sake. Duffy getting on to Burton. Burton away to Addo-Carr, and O'Carr opens up. Oh, then the strong shot Rapiner on Naden.
Great shot.
Canterbury, they might react to it, but it's all legal. Now the chip and chase. Beyond Odo coming through. And so there was Duffy, but the bounce of the ball going the Raiders' way.
Just wait there.
So that was the reaction to
Okay, I've
that
got
very
Bulldogs
heavy
first
shot
here.
near the sideline.
Yeah, okay. Hold there. Pull them apart. Come on, boys.
So the shoulder of Rapiner straight into Naden.
Okay, Josh.
And there's Tarpany versus Shop.
No, they've already. Bucky. Captain's challenge. Bulldogs are
Another
challenging the
challenge.
knock on here first.
Well, they keep winning them. They might as well keep firing them.
They're saying that might have been knocked on by a Raiders player after the chip through. So that's what they're challenging.
Well, Beyond Odo is close here to being offside.
I think he's in front of him.
And of course, the challenge, everything's on the table.
Bulldogs kick chase is cleared as onside.
Okay,
Playing on at this
feeder
point.
back there, feeder back behind Burton. So
We have a clean run towards the ball.
well, good luck. So that's almost simultaneous, Young and Duffy.
Well, if it is, doesn't the advantage go to the attacking team?
Well, you would think Young May have got a little touch on that.
I think he's touched it first.
So this might be 3 from 3.
Yep.
Hudson Young touches the ball
Oh,
first,
they're
and
on
then it
fire
touches
with
Matt
that.
Duffy, which is a double knock on.
So
the challenge is successful.
It's not over yet.
Okay, challenging successful. You got Canberra first, and the Dogs. Go in the middle.
You'd be rushing to pack the scrum, wouldn't you?
So there is what is coming up moments away. Penrith and Parramatta. As soon as we're done here, obviously no commercial break. We'll be straight to Bluebet Stadium. There's the Eels.
This way, no, wait there, mate. Oh, no, Kyle, wait. There we go, time on.
So Flanagan feeds it. Now it's Pengai.
Hold! Release Tom.
Here it comes to Jackson. On to Flanagan. Burton's cut out. Panduato Carr. Oh, he does well to stay in. Now Shop. Burton. They need 2 tries in 2 minutes, Canterbury. Flanagan. The floater. Avarillo. Footwork.
Come out. Here.
Now it's Flanagan. On it goes to Burton. Keeps it going for Duffy. That's a strong tackle down low from Schneider. Set restart is no good to them here. Or a line dropout. Pangai Jr. chance. Pangai Jr. goes for it. Raiders resist. Well, this is it. It has to happen on this play. It doesn't. It comes away for the Raiders, and it's taken them 79 minutes, but finally they can put the 2 points in the books. And how appropriate that Adam Elliott is there to close that last possible attacking opportunity down. Panthers, Eels, of course, coming, so we'll just get through these 45 seconds. Enjoy that game here on Fox League. Live and ad break free during play, of course. But the Raiders are going to get their 3rd win here at GIO Stadium. All 3 of their wins at this venue. It hasn't been easy. It's come at a price. But it's a win. It's a much-needed win, and tonight that's all that matters. Canterbury, brave. But in the end, they're going to fall short. So Naden, away to Duffy. Is there one bit of heroic play to finish the game? Ooh, almost getting away from Timaku. So on the last play, Burton away to Jackson. Then the pass out to Naden. Gets it on. Here's Addo Carr, and that is it. Full time at Canberra Stadium. The Raiders 14, Canterbury 4.